Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, there we go, having headphone issues. Welcome to Between Realms. I am your host, I guess, Sean, as always. Tonight, Mike is back again.
Rather be watching a hockey game.
Well, but this takes precedence.
No, it doesn't.
Once again, Olivia is here, but she's behind the camera tonight.
Hello.
Again. She'll be out. She's saving herself for the jail episode.
That must be.
And then she's going to come back.
I'm going to make a big comeback.
So tonight, Fulton City Public Library.
Cool place. I liked it.
We do have some history for you, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of background. A lot of the stuff we didn't even know about until we looked into going there. And then we looked it up, but then also, I forgot her name, Betty, maybe?
Can't remember.
She no longer works there.
Yeah,
she's long retired. This was back in 2000, about 2010. Well, that was the investigation, but we started going there. We've been there multiple times. The first time.
But that's the first investigation.
Yeah, and then she retired. So unfortunately, and I'm sorry, I just can't think of her name. I want to say it's Betty. I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not sure either.
So we're gonna go with Betty because it sounds good.
Okay.
So, Betty it is. Got some history for you guys. So, if you guys aren't aware of it, it's the Fulton City Library. I had a picture of it in the description there. It's literally in the middle of Fulton and sits right on the river. And you go over the bridge and it's right there. A lot of history behind it. I'll try not to bore you too much here. Originally, it was a free library through grants, and the Fulton City Library was chartered in 1895. By the New York State Education Department. It was housed first in the old 4th Street High School and contained books from the high school and Valley Seminary and was used by students only. In November of 1898, it moved to a room in the Phillips block of 7 South Street. So if you know, if you're familiar with Fulton, that makes sense. It moved. We'll just call it that. It was Miss Helen Ems served as the librarian. The library was a free, again, public to children and allowed to borrow books, 1 book a week. The book collection numbered over 4,000 at the time, and that was in 1900. And it circulated around 25,000 books later in the same year. So it jumped from 4,000 to 25,000 a year. In 1902, after many requests, a letter received from Andrew Carnegie, kind of an important figure in history, said that if the city would find a suitable site, he pledged $15,000 a year. He would donate $1,500 a year. That would come out to being $15,000 for the building. Finally, a site was selected on the river at 160 South First Street, and Syracuse architects D.E. Wadsworth and a local construction company firm built it. An old stone building which had been housing canal workers was at the site. It was demolished, with the stone being used for the library's foundation. Keep that in mind for another story. Stone from the abandoned quarry was also used in the construction of the Auburn prison. So a little bit of history there. We're from Auburn, our hometown. Cornerstone Lane took place in June of 1905. Miss Ems directed the moving and opening in 1906. A gentleman named Marlon Brando. Not that Marlon.
Yeah, I don't think
Not that Marlon Brando.
I don't think it was the actor.
Assisted in the library. The Carnegie Building was designated by the Oswego Historical as a landmark in 1985 and was later added to the State National Registry of Historical Places in 1999. So before we get into the evidence, a big thing that Mike and I love about the library, and kind of has to do with the way it was built, was the basement.
Yeah, that's pretty cool down there. The public can't go down there.
No, it's basically, I don't really know what they use it for. I think the idea, if I remember it correctly, again,
it's like almost a zen area.
Yeah, I think the original intent was to, and it's hard to explain because I actually went online, I could not find any photos of it. But if you go through our photos on our page, we do have a ton of photos of it. So if you can go down the stairs or go down the elevator, it opens up, and at first it looks like a regular, almost like a brand new basement. Beautiful concrete floors. There's a beautiful, nice wooden railing. But then you kind of notice that there are these out-of-place benches, and the railing cuts through the middle of the room, and then you hear water running. So what they did was, because it's literally a river it's like a river from the outside river. I don't even know the name of that river. I'm not from Fulton. Literally flows through the canal there. It flows through the basement of the building. So instead of rerouting it and shutting it off and just doing a normal basement, they decided to keep it. So it has the original stones, it has the boulders, it has all that, and then it's got this cool river that runs through it.
Yeah.
And I believe the original idea was to do that so people could go down there and read books and it's quiet, you hear the water running, that kind of thing. I don't. It might be open now. I know at the time that we were there, several years ago, it was not open.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. As far as some claims of activity, the biggest, well, a couple, but the biggest one that I know I remember was the woman/child
Yes.
that is seen upstairs. So when you walk in the main building, the main library, it looks like 2 floors from the street. So when you go in the front door, you have the main library floor, you have a flight of stairs kind of in the middle of the room, and it goes up to a balcony loft area with some more books. That actually overlooks the river, but then it also has a nice railing that overlooks the entire floor of the library. And one of the big alleged activity is a woman that has been seen up there. They say she likes to look out the window. There's even a rocking chair, I believe, up there.
Yeah.
And she just likes to watch the water. I know we got some shadow play up there when we were there. I know books, too, like to kind of fly off the shelves and stuff. Interesting little place. Not really sure about why there was a child there. I believe we actually did capture with some child voice.
And another claim was the elevator.
The elevator they installed will randomly open by itself and even turn the key off. It's not supposed to work. It actually did happen to us.
Yeah.
Mike and I were talking about it prior to going live. Can't remember if it was during a walkthrough, setup, or I don't think we were investigating. But at some point,
It did
while the lights were on and we weren't really investigating, it did open up and it was like somebody pushed the button. So that was kind of cool. It was a really cool experience. Probably one of the funniest stories / I don't know, maybe it's not funny. It did happen there. And
Well, when the bats came out of the attic?
no, actually I forgot about that. People sometimes ask us, about joining us and going with us on investigations, and we're very particular about who we bring and who we allow to be with us.
Oh, come on.
And one of the reasons why is exactly what happened at this location. And unfortunately, when you go into the library and you go downstairs in the back, there is a children's. You go down a flight of steps, and there's a big children's library, basically.
Yeah.
It's kind
And
of cool.
computers down there too.
And then off of that, there's another room. It's like a conference room.
Yeah.
And that's where we set up. That's where we put our monitor, and it's where we always set up all of our equipment. Off of there's another door that goes down into the
Area we were just talking
the
about.
river basement, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We had a former investigator. She is not in any of the stuff we're going to show tonight, but she was with us, and
She was new.
she was new. I mean, it was probably only her second,
Maybe third.
maybe third investigation. Now, on a level of activity, this was a very benign as far as where we've been at that point. It wasn't like we were having, in-your-face stuff being thrown, voices read out loud, knocks read out. But we were getting little stuff. We think we were seeing shadows. We think we were hearing stuff. But it was nothing that I would have assumed would have been too much for a new person. If it was, we would have brought them. At one point, this person was downstairs in the lower basement, the sub-basement, and I know me personally, I was in the children's library when this happened. I'm not really quite sure if you were at command center or where you were.
I think I was with you in the children's section.
But all of a sudden, we just hear a scream. Now, granted, she was not by herself. She was down there with other investigators. She was not alone. We heard a scream, and obviously it's like dark. It's quiet. It's probably 1 in the morning at this point. And we hear what sounds like an elephant running up the stairs. And it's not that she was heavy or anything. It's just the fact that she was running so loud. Bursts through the door, runs into the conference room, and slams that door.
And don't forget, she locks it.
And locked it, yeah. So, Of course, we're looking at us like, what the hell was that all about? So we go to the conference room, we knock on the door, she opens the door, she lets us come in, and we're like, what's going on, basically? What happened? And at that point, the other investigators were coming up from downstairs. And she tells us, I believe something touched you.
Yes.
I don't know if it was a grab, I don't know if it was a touch, I don't know.
Don't know.
We didn't document it, nothing was caught on camera or anything like that. But the point was, I looked at it and I said, okay. Now, when we interview people for new members, we talk about this. We talk about it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You will get touched. You will at some point
Scratched.
Your hair, girls, you probably get your hair pulled. Stuff's got to interact with you, and if you don't accept it, then you're in the wrong. You shouldn't be doing it. So we basically said that to her. We said, well, okay, what else? Well, that's it. I freaked out and screamed and ran. Well, yeah, no shit. I was like, so you ran up a flight of stairs after you allegedly got touched, ran into a room and closed the door. Yeah. So you were allegedly touched by something that cannot be seen and can go through doors and go through walls and go through anything, but yet you decided to close the door and lock it. What exactly is that going to solve? Needless to say, that was the last investigation she was ever with us.
But Sean and I stepped aside.
If we were home, if we were at a local place and not, an hour away or however long Fulton is from Auburn,
she would have been walking.
Yeah, we would have just left her there.
Find your own way home.
Not to be, but, I just thank God, I really do, that it wasn't private.
And the thing was, is she did it right in front of the woman that ran the library.
Yeah.
And we were doing an event there that year too.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we have to treat every location like it is a private home, whether we're doing a fun thing or whether we're doing a library or a jail or whatever. Especially when there's clients around. You cannot run away. Walk away,
Scream.
sure. Excuse yourself, take a break, fine. But to do that, you are literally putting fear. Can you imagine if we're at a private home and they're already freaked out and one of our investigators screamed, ran out from the basement, and then ran outside? How would that make them feel? And I'm just supposed to sit there and be like, nah, it's normal. So yeah, I'll never forget that. And it's one of our stories from the library. I don't know. I just wanted to share that story. It was a great night.
Yeah.
She did contact me, by the way, about a year ago, maybe.
No, it was a couple months ago.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you saw that?
Mm-hmm.
They just wrote and was like, oh, yeah, I'm mature now. I'm grown up. If you guys are... And I was like,
Really?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No, I wish I was. I looked at it, I read it, and I sent it to Sean. I said, what is this? And then he goes, oh, no, you remember? I said,
Wow.
And, it's nothing against her. Maybe she is. Maybe she's older now and more mature. That's fine. But we don't need any new people.
Not need that.
Unfortunately, it's just something we can't.
Because you don't know if it'll happen again.
You don't. And I can't tell you how many times I've been touched. I've had my shirt pulled.
take them to Rolling Hills for their first investigation like you did to me. See if
honestly,
they survive.
This isn't going to be way this is off topic, but Rolling Hills that night that we went wasn't that bad.
No.
I really like in your mind you're thinking, oh my God, it's an asylum. You have the screaming lady, you have the little boy.
Oh, I was terrified.
You have Roy, you have the mean guy, you have the nurse, you have all these things running through your mind, and you're hoping that something happens. And we really didn't get a whole lot of in your face stuff.
Mm-mm.
We had the music playing and stuff like that.
That was pretty cool. I like that.
We had the door opening by itself, but even that, it wasn't like it flung open and slammed.
Right.
It's just open.
No, in the suit downstairs, I thought that was pretty cool. It was, I don't know. I was terrified, but I bet you couldn't tell.
No. We always say, excuse yourself. If you have to take a stop, take a stop.
Yeah. Like the command center.
That was not a good night. So. But that's okay. We live and learn, and unfortunately, we've learned since then, and now we have a handful of places that we can bring new people to. where we are familiar with the spirits and we know the location, and it's just easier to see how they're going to react. So it was a lesson, I guess. Still a great place.
It was.
So we got about 20 things for you guys tonight. Mostly are all going to be EVPs. There are some videos towards the end. As always, headphones are your friend. We're not really sure. I have not listened to these in quite a long time. So I'm assuming you kind of perused it a little bit. So it might be a good idea to have them. If not, that's fine. We'll try to help you out.
I think they're not bad.
You're going to hear a lot of times me saying Team 1, Team 2, just because it's easier. Out of all these people that were there that night, Mike and I are the only two that are still here. So by me saying names, if I do say, Cat's here. If I do say a name, it is what it is. But we're going to try to make it easier to say Team
You
1,
can.
Team
I was gonna say you can move her.
2. She's not
Oh, okay.
So this first one is Team 1. They're downstairs, and around 12 seconds or so, you're going to hear what sounds like a low female voice come through, and it's going to sound like it's saying help, but nobody heard it, nobody acknowledged it, so it was not one of us.
Do you like it down here? Do you like the little stream that's coming out over there? There's a smoke alarm above our heads, just so you know. What? This smoke alarm above us. Oh, they popped on. Hello?
Do you mind if I take your picture?
Do you like it down here? Do you like the little stream that's coming out over there? There's a smoke alarm above our heads, just so you know.
What?
This smoke alarm above us. Oh, they popped on. Hello?
Do you mind if I take your picture?
So that one was a little hard. It's actually as we're all talking. You do hear it. You hear a third. You hear Sandy was the only female there, and you hear another voice come in there and say help. So that was cool. This next one is myself, along with Sandy, a former investigator. Around 9 seconds, you can hear a little voice come in, and it sounds like it's saying no. We do ask a question, and it almost sounds like it answered us.
There's something coming out of the wall down there.
So you're way kind of like below level, the water.
We're below the ground. Well, no, I think the river's over here. There's something coming out of the wall down there.
So you're way kind of like below level, the water.
We're below the ground. Well, no, I think the river's over here.
It's already going off the rails. It's just talking about footsie. Again, that was downstairs, and we were talking about the river. You could hear me making comments about the water.
I think there was a little echo to it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a low one. This next one is now, we're in the same area, but it's different investigators. You're going to hear Claire talking, another female, and then a low voice is going to come in, and it's going to be around 9 seconds or so. It's going to sound like it's saying, "We want."
Well, you want it over here just for them to have a seat. I'll go back.
What? No, you can.
You want something to say?
Sure.
I do. Well, you want it over here just for them to have a seat. I'll go back.
What? No, you can.
You want something to say?
Sure.
I do.
That was actually a really good one.
Yeah.
Well, my AirPods get quiet if I talk, so
Oh.
that's on me.
That was actually a really good one, and that was clear. It says "We want." Like, that was a really good one. This Kim just asked, "Are you going to do any public hunts of the library this year?" I'm guessing you're talking about the Fulton City Library, Fulton Public Library, or the Madison Library. But if it's the public, or I'm sorry, if it's the Fulton Public Library. We do not have, we don't have anything scheduled yet. Now, that being said, I mean, we're always open to do stuff there. Unfortunately, when the previous director retired, forgive me, I forgot his name, but a gentleman took over. We did reach out to him. They were doing renovations at the time, and then we just kind of never had a chance to get back in there, just for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It was us just having too much stuff to do, or them being busy. We were never able to get back together again. But yes, we'd love to go back and do another. I mean, it's been 9, almost 10 years since we've been there last. So yeah, we'd love to go back. It'd be fun. We did do an event there. If you go
A couple times.
yeah, if you literally just Google, like haunted, haunted Fulton Public Library, you'll see the actual news article. We did a bunch of, we were in the Oswego newspaper, we were in a couple different newspapers for it, and they ran articles. And we did an event there in October for the library and the Pratt House right across the street. And one night, we bought a ticket, we got to investigate both. It was a fun night. Yes, we'd love to go back. So if you happen to know somebody there, maybe you could send them our way.
Yeah.
And then we'd love to have you guys there. This next one, again, that was a great one. We want very clear. Kevin is talking on this next one in the beginning of it, and then you're going to hear Clara start to talk. Around 10 seconds, a low voice is going to be coming in. It's going to be between them. It's going to sound like it says, hey, to what they are saying. So, but then you're going to hear at 14 seconds, you're going to hear the obelisk go off saying coffee. No, I'm not really sure. So we'll just play it for you and get your take.
You want to say me? Sure. If there's your...
Let's move this light on over. What was that?
So you have a place to sit to? Yeah. Coffee?
I like coffee if that's what you said. I'm a big fan.
You want something to say me? Sure. If there's your...
Let's move this light on over. What was that?
So you have a place to sit to? Yeah. Coffee?
I like coffee if that's what you said. I'm a big fan.
That was another good one. I mean, that was a very clear, like a drawn out, The coffee one, I mean, we like the obelisk. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but to me, that voice is better.
Yeah.
That's sort of direct answer to So you're asking a question, you get a response. Kim did write back and said, thank you. I can find out who to reach out, and she will certainly send them my way. So,
Okay.
yeah, we'd love to do an event there. We love the library. It was a lot of fun. Oh, and also, just a side note, all the money we raised, we just donate right to the library. So we never collected anything on it. It was just a fun thing for us to help raise money. Yep. And I believe we sold out.
Yeah.
We did again, it kind of has to do with the library. We did a style of event there where, I want to say it was the first time we've done this, where we actually had investigators positioned in different spots throughout the building of the library and the Pratt House. So if I remember correctly, you were down in the lower basement, sub-basement.
EVPs.
Mike had a cool table set up doing evidence down there next to the lower river. We had investigators in the school, or the children's, I should say, children's library. We had people in the main library. In the Pratt House, we had Clara on the main floor doing EVPs again. And then we had investigators upstairs in the Pratt House doing investigating. So you literally paid, I think it was $20 a ticket.
Yeah, I think so.
And you got to go to one area, and then you were there for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever. And then our tour guides would then take you to the next area. Then the next group would come in. And then every 20 minutes or so, everybody would just rotate to a different area. So by the time you got done, you were there for over an hour, well over an hour.
Yeah.
For $20. So it was a great time.
It
Like I said, we sold out fairly quickly. We sold all the time slots out. And it seemed to be really cool. I just wish that we could have made it an annual thing. That would have been fun.
That would have been cool.
So this next one, I lost my spot.
What was it, coffee, hay?
I'm looking for the coffee. Oh, there it is. Kevin is talking with the library employee, our contact there. They were discussing different types of haunts. And around 13 seconds, you can hear what sounds like a giggle, but nobody responded
anything. But even while you're there,
Yeah.
there'll be nothing. And you gotta, even though you have a pretty good idea that there's nothing, you gotta stick with it and keep doing your normal thing,
Uh-huh.
you know, and not give up. And it's not what they show on TV. Anything. But even while you're there,
Yeah.
there'll be nothing. And you gotta, even though you have a pretty good idea that there's nothing, you gotta stick with it and keep doing your normal thing,
Uh-huh.
you know, and not give up. And it's not what they show on TV.
Yeah, that one was a little low, but it was there. It was a little people there. Wasn't as good as the other ones, but that's okay. They all can't be winners. This time, now the next one, we are all on the main floor of the library now when we first walked in. Kevin is talking to Clara, and then around 11 seconds, another female voice is going to come in, and it sounds like it's saying, hey.
There, Emma.
And then we'll go back down, you know.
We'll get closer here, though. Go ahead.
I'll cut myself a little.
Oh, geez. This chair goes down real far. But it is comfy.
It's had a lot of views.
There, Emma.
And then we'll go back down, you know.
We'll get closer here, though. Go ahead.
I'll cut myself a little.
Oh, geez. This chair goes down real far. But it is comfy.
It's had a lot of views.
So yeah, that one was a little bit harder to hear. There was a lot of movement going on. They were probably getting ready to get settled, but it's almost like it was in the background. You could definitely hear the hay or some kind of noise like that. Again, this next one is Kevin and Claire again. They're talking around 11 seconds or so. It's going to sound like a female voice comes in, but we're not really sure what they're saying. We just know that it wasn't them.
Oh, yeah, that's... Wait, what? Wait, what'd you say? Because I was like, let's try the next one. Okay. Well, it's 12:19. Better that. Oh, yeah, that's... Wait, what? Wait, what'd you say? Because I was like, let's try the next one. Okay. Well, it's 12:19. Better that.
Remember that Clara was the only female there at that time, so you can definitely hear a female voice in the background talking.
Yeah.
Not really sure what they were saying, but again, it was a handheld recorder. It sounds like she was still moving around, so you kind of got to deal with that a little bit. This next one is now they're up in the balcony area that's supposedly overlooks the library. Supposedly that's where the shadows are seen, the books come out the shelves, and the woman or child is seen up there looking out the window. So now they're up in the balcony. Around 10 seconds, you're going to hear a female voice. It says something. We're not really sure what it's saying, but we know it's not Sandy, who is the girl that was there, or girl at the EAP session.
Sawhart.
No, they don't want to sit again. I got done.
Love, mommy, and daddy.
I'm sitting on the edge. I'm noodling that big mess.
Oh, I said it last time up there. I'm just trying to figure out where we should put this light pod. What if we set it? Do the stairs? Are the stairs getting hit by the camera?
It's stressful. It's clammy.
Sawhart.
No, they don't want to sit again. I got done.
Love, mommy, and daddy.
I'm sitting on the edge. I'm noodling that big mess.
Oh, I said it last time up there. I'm just trying to figure out where we should put this light pod. What if we set it? Do the stairs? Are the stairs getting hit by the camera?
It's stressful. It's clammy.
It's a little difficult just because we were talking. There was another little voice in there. It almost like a whisper kind of like. This next time, though, now the team is downstairs. They're finishing up in the children's area. So they went down to the lower basement, not the sub-basement, but the basement. Around 10 seconds, you're going to hear a female voice. It sounds like it's saying, gosh. It wasn't Sandy. It wasn't one of the girls there. So just keep that in mind.
Litter box. Wall. Litter box.
Sounds like your parents' cat. Litter box.
Litter box. Wall. Litter box.
Sounds like your parents' cat. Litter box.
So again, that was actually kind of a good one, even though it was a little hard to hear. We're picking up equipment. We're getting ready to head upstairs, but you do hear a voice come in there that says "Gosh." It did sound like a female as well. So it was a good catch there too. Again, we weren't really trying to catch anything. We were just moving from one area to the other for all that movement that was going on. So this next one was, I'm guessing it was either set up, it was going to set up or breakdown. So we're in the distance, you hear us moving around in the distance. It's probably a stationary recorder. And then around 10 seconds, you're going to hear a voice that's going to come through. It's going to sound like it's saying, "Don't push me." So that was another cool one, but that wasn't us. So you hear us talking, and then immediately after you hear like almost like it started talking before we finished. You hear "Don't push me." So maybe they got upset that we were trying to get them in there.
Who knows?
It happens. This next one is again main floor of the library. Myself and former investigator are just talking, and then in 11 seconds you're gonna hear a voice come through. It sounds like it's saying "Go home." Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. I'm gonna set this light off, so. Okay. If there's anybody here, you don't have to be afraid to come out. We're not gonna hurt you. Nothing here is gonna hurt you. Yeah, because even right here, I can block out the light that's right here. Sweet. Okay. I'm gonna set this light off, so. Okay. If there's anybody here, you don't have to be afraid to come out. We're not going to hurt you. Nothing here is going to hurt you. Yeah, because even right here, I can block out the light that's right.
Yeah, that was a good one. It almost sounded like they were annoyed at us, kind of like, "Oh, yeah, leave us alone. We're done with you guys." This next one, we're still on the main floor. It's the same team. Around 10 seconds, you're gonna hear what sounds like a little girl laugh.
I can't get it off. I don't know what time to laugh. What was that? Curious. I can't get it off. I don't know what time to laugh. What was that? Curious.
Yeah, so moving on. This next one is myself, another former male investigator and female investigator. We're now back up in the balcony area, and you're going to hear him ask, the male investigator, you're going to hear him ask him if they could turn on the light bulb. Now, we don't really use them anymore. We have different things now.
Because they broke
Yeah.
and you threw them away.
Back then we had these things, these light pods, and we would set them up, and basically if anything broke, it put, the easiest way to explain it is it put like a dome of energy around it. I think it came out about a foot, and like a foot up, a foot out.
Something like that.
And if it would break that area, the light would come on. So we would set them up, and sometimes we put two up and use one for yes, one for no. Sometimes we would put them up if they say, oh, I hear footsteps coming up and down the steps. You could actually kind of watch the lights come on as the steps came down. So that's what he's talking about. We put one up there because they said that a girl or a woman seen up there. So, yeah, excuse me, so why not put one up there? So we have one up there, and you're going to hear him ask her to come on. And then you're going to hear almost another voice come in after he asks light pod. Excuse me. And you're going to hear another voice come in and actually repeats him and says light pod.
Our bookshelf up here. And turn it on, please. If you touch me. Come on, we're way over here.
You may remind them of someone from when they were alive, possibly.
Maybe.
Or just because you're younger. And you're just,
Yeah. Do you like the river? Is that why you look out the windows? Our bookshelf up here. And turn it on, please. If you touch me. Come on, we're way over here.
You may remind them of someone from when they were alive, possibly.
Maybe.
Or just because you're younger. And you're just,
Yeah. Do you like the river? Is that why you look out the windows?
So yeah, that was a good one. It was a little low, but it was there. Again, we always say they can't all be winners. This time, nobody's in the balcony for this one. And then around 11 seconds, you're going to hear a voice says, am I reading that right?
Well,
Yeah.
It sounds like the voice is saying, hell isn't fun.
We'll see.
So that one is, I mean, I'm listening to it for the first time in 9 years, 10 years. And Olivia just listened to it, I think only for like the second time she's ever heard it. We both thought we were hearing what it sounded like it's saying help. And then we start talking, so you kind of can't hear the rest of it. But I don't, maybe I'm wrong. If somebody else thinks they hear something else, let us know. But that's, I thought I heard.
it could be.
I thought I heard help.
Yeah,
Which is actually
it
what
sounded distressed.
Yeah, which is actually what we caught earlier in different ones.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. So what do we always say? It's up to interpretation.
That's right.
So it's always fun to let other people give us what they think.
Whoever recorder it was,
Yeah.
they might have interpreted one way,
Mm-hmm.
and later on, when you hear it with fresh ears and everything, you hear something else.
So this next one is Kevin and Clara again, two former investigators talking. And then around 10 seconds, you're going to hear what sounds like something saying torn.
The rim of a glass, like a wine glass or something.
Why I had the same female who I told it John.
Maybe it was.
We've been hearing a woman quite a bit. Can you tell us your name or anything you want to say about
The rim of a glass, like a wine glass or something.
why I had the same female who I
Maybe.
told it John.
Maybe it was.
We've been hearing a woman quite a bit. Can you tell us your name or anything you want to say about your...
So that one was a little harder to hear. It's in the middle of their conversation. It's right before Clara starts talking. It was quick. Again, it could have been saying something else, but it sounds like torn because she starts talking and it kind of cuts it off a little bit. Again, we don't always get stuff when we're asking.
It's when you put other stuff.
Yeah. This next one, you got 3 investigators talking about a voice that we all heard. While they're talking, at 11 seconds, it sounds like a laugh is caught. It could be the little girl, but we weren't really sure. We just knew it wasn't them.
I heard something
Yeah, you did.
I heard something too. I didn't say anything.
Don't tell me you didn't say anything. It was a straight female voice in this room.
There was. I did not. I swear to God, it was Clara.
I did not say anything, guys.
That was awesome. Thank you very
so much.
I heard something too.
Yeah, you did.
I heard something too. I didn't say anything.
Don't tell me you didn't say anything. It was a straight female voice in this room.
There was. I did not. I swear to God, it was Clara.
I did not say anything, guys.
That was awesome. Thank you very
so much.
I heard something too.
Yeah, you did.
I heard something too. I didn't say anything.
Don't tell me you didn't say anything. It was a straight female voice in this room.
There was. I did not. I swear to God, it was Clara.
I did not say anything, guys.
That was awesome. Thank you very
so much.
Sorry.
So yeah, that was a good one. That was right as I believe it was Clara saying, "I swear to God." So they were talking about a voice that they all heard, and ironically, they all heard this voice, but we didn't capture it. Then it happens, but then you hear that you do hear a little voice, a little laugh, almost like this next one is they're in the balcony. You're going to hear former investigator Tisha talking. They're talking about what she thought she heard, but then around 10 seconds, you're going to hear a voice that sounds like it's saying home. Again, I think they were getting tired of this. Could be.
Or my right eye as well. What?
I thought I heard somebody say yeah or something. Confirm it.
Oh.
Are you the same one that was downstairs? Because you're using the flashlight just like you did down there, which is perfect. Or my right eye as well. What?
I thought I heard somebody say yeah or something. Confirm it.
Oh.
Are you the same one that was downstairs? Because you're using the flashlight just like you did down there, which is perfect.
That was a good one. That was so loud. I actually thought it was one of them for the first time I heard it. So that was a good one. So the next 3 are actually videos, but you're not really watching the video per se.
That's what you're going to hear.
Yeah, it's audio that was captured on the handheld cameras. So yes, you'll be able to see the video, but more or less you're listening. So there's not going to be anything to jump out at you or anything. So this next one is while a former investigator is holding the camera. Around 11 seconds, you're going to hear almost like a sigh, like right into the
I knew that was going to happen. Batteries popped out of it. When they hit the ground, the batteries always do that. Oops. Cut the door? Yep. I knew that was going to happen. Batteries popped out of it. When they hit the ground, the batteries always do that. Oops. Cut the door? Yep.
I'm not really sure. So yeah, there's a lot of movement going on in there, huh? The typical, again, we were just moving from one area to another, but there's definitely a couple things in there. I thought I heard 2 different things in there.
I think there was.
Almost like something in the background and then also the side and front. So it wasn't a bad catch. Again, we were just moving around. We weren't really investigating. So this next one is, again, we're in the upper level. We're in the balcony area. He's pointing the camera down the hall, like down the not hall. What are those things called?
Yeah, Isles.
Yeah, but there's a name for them. Stacks?
Stacks.
Stacks.
Did you say sacks?
I did. I said Sacks. It's Stacks. I'm sorry.
Stacks.
I didn't go to college. Anyway, it's pointing down the stacks, and he's pointing at the light pod. And it actually does kind of go on and off. So a little bit of a picture for you guys to see.
I don't know why. I just had a feeling to put it there. Let me reset this right here. Oh, there
goes again.
What the heck?
Huh.
Hey, wait, can we mess with it?
You get it to work or no?
No, it's
No.
kind of loose in there.
Oh.
It's not staying.
There goes again.
I don't know why. I just had a feeling to put it there. Let me reset this right here. Oh,
there goes again.
What the heck?
Huh.
Hey, wait, can we mess with it?
You get it to work or no?
No, it's
No.
kind of loose in there.
Oh.
It's not staying.
There goes again.
So yeah, good catch. We're overlooking down into the library. We set a light pod down there because you actually heard me say, I figured why not, and it went off. So nobody was down there. You would have seen if somebody walked by and turned around. So that was a good catch. I like that. The last thing we got for you guys is another video. This is later on. We're still in the library. Same people are still holding the cameras. Low voice is going to come in around 11 seconds, and it's going to sound like it's saying go.
If you don't want us here, you gotta say go. But you have to say it loud enough for all three of us to hear it.
Somebody want to take a picture of the light dogs for some reason. It's just like the weirdest thing.
It's weird. If you don't want us here, you gotta say go. But you have to say it loud enough for all three of us to hear it.
Somebody want to take a picture of the light dogs for some reason. It's just like the weirdest thing.
It's weird.
Yeah, that one was a little harder to catch. Well, honestly, what I do like about this video is it shows you the sub basement.
Yeah, the downstairs.
You can see the railing. You can see the bench sitting there. And when Sandy takes the picture, you hear the camera cycling. And if she flashes, you can actually see the rocks, which I thought was really cool. So that kind of gets you guys a little insight to what the place looked like. During that video, Olivia did say she wants to go there now. So.
Yeah, just because of the balcony looks down.
Yeah, the balcony looks over
the main floor.
That's where I'll be. You guys need me.
All in all, it's a great place. It really is. Beautiful building. Judging by some of the recent photos, not to be mean, when we were there, it did look like it needed work.
Yeah.
So maybe when the new director came in and they did all those restoration stuff,
Kicked up activity.
Oh, I'm sure it did, and it looks like they fixed up a lot from
Yeah.
some of the photos that I looked up online recently. Great place. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I did too.
I want to say it was the first library we did. I'm pretty sure it was.
You're right.
For the most positive it was. And it opened up a lot of stuff for us over in Fulton, and doing a lot more private homes over there after that.
Yep.
And, again, the weather could be a little touchy here and there. But all in all, it was a really cool place. Like always, we were not disappointed. I think we ended up going there at least 3 times or more.
We were 4 times.
And just getting more evidence, and then when we did the event there, we had a great turnout for that. So,
yeah.
They were happy, we were happy. It was unfortunate we couldn't get back there, and then we kind of got tied up with our Braylock stuff for October. Who knows? Maybe we could do something there for September. Or Friday. Maybe I'll put Olivia on that. That's going to be her job, is to get us back in there.
I can swindle them.
Yeah. You mean sway them?
No.
Swindle, isn't that when you, like, take money?
Well, didn't they at one point, our former investigator was trying to get us into the Rochester one? There was that Ghost Hunters?
You know, it's funny. It was Kevin.
I don't like to mention his name.
I know. we were close. We were so close that he did the legwork, and then myself, him, and we weren't married then, my wife now, went there. We did a walkthrough, met with, I don't know her name, somebody there who was important, and she took us around, and she took us to that hallway with the door where they had that video with the door open or closed or whatever. She took us downstairs to where you could open up the thing and go down into by the river where the water flows. Yeah. So we got to do the whole thing. And whatever happened to that, I don't know. But we were all the way to the point where we did the walkthrough, we knew what we needed, we were ready to go, and then for some reason,
I think Kevin just never got back to him.
It's very possible. It just never panned out.
And everything, because that would have been a cool place to go to.
That's huge. That is probably, there's no way we'd be able to cover all the rooms. No way. That's just way too big. I mean, that's right up there with like the terminal size. I mean, it's just a giant building. And it's got so many rooms in it that it's just, there'd be absolutely no way of covering it. I'd love to do it. Not that I wouldn't go.
Yeah. Even when it hurt to shoot him an email?
An email?
Who emails anymore?
Mike does. Mike will email me before he texts me. All right.
Times Michelle from Morrisville has emailed me, and then she has to text me and tell me, "Oh, hey, I emailed you."
No, that's what I'm saying. Mike will email me, and then he'll text me.
Yeah, because I don't check emails either. I really don't. Well, we'll put Olivia on that too.
Yeah, very wouldn't hurt to shoot him an email. See,
we did a walkthrough there. We were ready to go, and for some reason, it just didn't work out.
Everything fell through.
I can create a cute little signature at the end too.
Oh, you could. Just like you were going to do a picture for me for the interview episode?
You didn't give me enough time. You threw something up there. I don't know what to tell you, man. Give me a break.
But like I said, all in all,
cool place.
Great place. Just another one of those fun places that we got to do. And it's a lot of fun going down memory lane with some of these places. In retrospect, maybe someday we'd actually have former investigators here that were there that could talk to us. If we still talk to them. Let's put it that way. No. That's not true. We made contact with someone.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, life happens and people move on. And
one person we really don't want to.
No. We'll just say he got in some legal issues.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put it that way.
Crank.
So, we probably wouldn't. That was a bullet dodged right there. But Clara got married, and she's living her life, so obviously she's doing her thing, which is cool. We always say we've gained and lost people throughout the years that I think if we actually wrote down all their names, we'd be close to 25 or 30 people or more. 30 more. It's the nature of the beast. Right now we do have 4. We recently added 2. They haven't really, I guess it's officially, but because they technically did do an investigation with us.
Fort Ontario.
So
my BFF.
But we'll talk about that later and get them some more investigations.
Yeah.
I would really, Rob's the one that I really want to get going. Nothing against her, but and I say that because he is a skeptic, and it would be we haven't really had. I don't want to say a real skeptic because we all look, we all do go into it from a skeptic point of view, regardless of where we're going.
But you pick up that one piece of evidence.
If we go to that library again, we're going to walk in there like we always do and try to disprove it. Yeah, that's what we do. But to have somebody who is a skeptic now on the group, it's great to be able to go to them. And it's like my wife. My wife is a skeptic. It's not that she doesn't believe in it, but she just really needs real proof. Mm-hmm. So it's great to have somebody like that I can literally go to her when I'm at home and I'm listening to my recorder and I say, oh, I think I hear something. And I can give it to her. And she doesn't know what she's listening for. She's not into it at all. But for her to listen to it, if she comes back and says, oh, yeah, I hear that. So to have that person available, so if we have him here and, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think, it'd be nice to have his input. Mm-hmm. It really would. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we'll just hit the ground running with them, and maybe we'll start getting some of those cool places again. Yeah. We'll call it a reunion run. Is that what you want to call it? A reunion tour? We do a bunch of.
We can get in them to the kids at
What's it
the
called?
museum.
Not a tour.
We tried that. The library there?
A reunion.
Yeah, they have the mummy in there.
Yeah.
I forgot why we didn't, but we did reach out to them as well.
I have a couple places that I want to go.
Well, then get it done.
I didn't know that I had authority like that.
So you just think this is a dictatorship?
Sometimes, man. You can tell I'm a female sometimes, alright? I let you do what you do.
It's not so much the female thing.
Are you sure?
It's the... yeah. So.
Yeah.
So what do you have coming up this week?
We got a lot still.
We got the Braylock meeting Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday I'll be sitting down with the owner of Braylock.
Maybe Olivia.
Maybe Amy.
I should be.
We're on standby for that. But either way, we're going to sit down and have a nice meeting and discussion about this fall, October. I mean, listen, I get it. We're only technically May tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
5 months is going to fly by. I mean, it's literally not that far away. You know, I know sometimes the summer feels like it drags, but...
Said who? Ever.
When it's really hot out and you're like, oh, God, it's just dragging. I love fall. Fall's my time of year.
I mean, yeah, absolutely, but come on.
You might be looking at sunshine and loving 100 degrees. I can't wait for hoodie and jeans. Like, that's my thing. Put me in an apple orchard or a pumpkin patch in the middle of September, October. I am perfectly happy.
Fair enough.
So, but
and then Friday we got
Friday. Mike and I are going to finally take care of the Clyde people.
Private
building, whatever we call it. Estate.
We said building. We said private building.
Yeah, unfortunately, we had to postpone it 2 weeks ago due to unforeseen issues. But you know, Todd and those guys were really cool about it, and we're getting back.
I had a death in the family, so my heart really wasn't in it.
We're waiting for Olivia to find out if she can make it. If not, Mike and I will be taking care of it. Yep, it won't be the first time. It won't be the last.
No.
Actually, it's been a while. Last summer when we did the Braylock. No, well, I don't really count that one. Because that's a fun one. I mean, like, when we did that private home out in Springs.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
That was the last time.
Yeah, we did that.
And we actually got some cool stuff.
Yeah, we did. We got some interaction with the flashlight.
Yep, that was a cool time. So, anyway, it's going to be a great night. I'm really anticipating a lot of good stuff in this place. Especially, like, Olivia and I did the walkthrough there, and it just...
It was exciting.
A lot of cool stories, interesting stories, and not your traditional. You know, you go to a lot of these places and you hear the same claims of activity all the time. This one kind of had that, but then it actually had some stuff in it that was kind of thrown in there, and it was like, what the hell? What is that? You know, we haven't heard that before. So we can't wait for that. It's gonna be a good time. And then Saturday we have the New York Paranormal. I've been calling it a Paracon. I don't know if that's the right thing for it. But it's pretty much like that. We'll be there. We're going to have a table set up all day.
And it's in Rose.
That's Saturday. It's in Rose. May the 4th be with you. Please keep an eye on our Facebook page. I am in talks with them with the weather. I know a couple days ago it called for 60% chance of rain. Today when I looked, it's a 40% chance. Yeah. So it's getting better. I don't know any more details. If there's a backup plan, I don't know anything like that. I'm in constant talks with them. So keep an eye on our Facebook page. I'm always trying to update it as much as I can.
And our presentation is at
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock we'll be taking the main stage and doing a fun show and talk and evidence review and pretty much just our favorites and stuff like that from around the state that we've been to. And some of them you've heard from the shows if you've watched us. Some of them you might not have heard yet because we haven't got to those episodes yet. So it'll be a fun time. There's going to be food trucks and psychics and all kinds of stuff going on there. So it's $10 at the door if you want to go inside for the presentations and stuff. Or if you want to just come and hang out at the vendors, that's free. And then you can get some food and hang out. So that'll be a fun time. May 18th, we return to Morrisville Library for another investigation.
Get ready for their event.
And June 21st, we have our Morrisville Library free event. I have to throw that out there. It is a free event. I'm not sure how many audiences our show reaches in Morrisville, but maybe if you're bored and you want to go for a nice drive, I'd love to have you there. It's a nice little place. And we're still in talks with another location in Morrisville. Yep. I'm still waiting back for that. I can't give out really too much details on that. No. But Hopefully soon they'll be getting back to us.
And I think that was thanks to Michelle too.
It was thanks to Michelle, the director of the library, for giving us that hookup. And hopefully we'll get into this new spot, investigate it, and do an event for them. Maybe in the fall.
Yep.
So, and as always, we're still investigating. So we're not slowing down. We have a lot of stuff coming up, and it's just going to get busy.
And what week is it? Olivia gets to host the show?
We just talked about this. No, it's the 14th. No,
The
21st.
21st.
Because next week is the Buffalo Naval Yard.
Okay.
That's next week.
Then I get a week off.
Yep, and you get a week off. And so next week we have Buffalo Naval Yard. It's a great place.
Cool.
A lot of funny, cool stories from that place.
I don't think I have the one with you.
No,
your
probably not.
and
We'll talk
Buckhead.
about it. We'll go over that. Awesome place. Shout out to Oswego Paranormal. Ghost Hunters?
I can't remember what their name. They were Oswego
something.
Ghost Hunters, I think?
Society. Our friend Tim.
They no longer investigate.
Yeah, they're no longer investigating, but when we did here, this place was so big.
They accompanied us.
Yeah, we reached out to them, and they came with us with some of the members, and we were able to tackle this place together. Great time. Had a lot of cool
They
stuff.
set up their stuff on the Sullivans. We were on the Little Rock.
Yeah.
And we used handhelds going through everything.
Yeah. Please feel free. We can't do it during the shows, but if you go to our Facebook page, I'm hoping you already liked us and you follow us.
There are pictures there.
Yeah, scroll down to our photos and scroll through. There are literally thousands of photos. But like tonight, there's a ton of photos from the library. Buffalo Naval Yard.
Yes.
A ton of photos from there. We can't show them all in the shows, obviously, because it's just so many to click through. And Olivia would kill me if I said, hey, put all these in the show.
Yeah.
So we just can't do it.
I might shed a tear.
There are a ton, so please go through and check those. So at least while we're talking about it, you know what it's easier than we're talking about. And then, and then after that, we have our special guest from the name of the show. We'll be here on the 14th and sit down with Olivia and I and just talk. Like, we have nothing planned that night.
And the following week is Olivia's show.
Wayne County Jail. Olivia will be
I'm gonna
heading
get
that
disco lights so that way I seem cooler.
So
for
you
you
actually
guys.
you get 2 weeks off, unless you want to be here for the jail.
Well,
because you're going to have the 14th off.
Yeah.
And the 21st. The 21st is the Wayne County Jail, unless you want to come to it.
He wants to come.
We're going to see where. So we'll see where the gas prices are.
Mike drives a little farther than everybody else.
Yes.
So yes, we have a lot of stuff coming up. And then after that, you are going to be here the following 2 weeks.
Yeah. Fort William Henry.
Unless you don't want to be here when Rob's here, but I'm assuming.
No, let Rob be here.
I'll be here with Rob on the.
I'll be here the first week. I'll be here the first week, but I won't be here the second week. So Rob can be
So that'll be a fun night. I can't wait to have him on the show.
Yeah. He liked the place.
Again, lots of fun stories. I promised Rob I would find some good photos of him from before, and then we would show him. So
I still have. Is that on their Facebook page? The one where you're in the stock and Matt's like over you like this or something?
Yeah, that's it. When Matt bet me over the stockade, yeah. Twice, I think. There's 2 different photos of that.
Man, you guys are crazy.
I volunteered going. That was actually the first time we were there.
Yeah,
I don't think Matt was there the second.
No, he wasn't with the team anymore. He moved to Philly to be with his girlfriend.
So, a lot of stuff coming up. I'm sure we'll have more guests on here and there throughout the year. Like I said, if it gets too crazy, we might have to go every other Tuesday.
And don't forget, Toby. I talked with Toby Saturday. Told him we got to figure out that podcast for
That's going to
be.
Yeah, we want to do a live a podcast. You know what we might end up having to do?
But as I told you Saturday, unfortunately, they are no longer on the board.
You know, this is a random thought, and again, this has nothing to do with the library. This is what happens when we just get hanging out. Maybe we should look at doing a special night where we go live for a podcast or show on like a Saturday. And immediately following the podcast, we do an investigation.
Like at
the theater. Because we were talking about doing a podcast live from the theater, from the location.
Yeah, that's why I said to Toby, but like I said, Liz and Toby are
nobody's going to want to stay the night and investigate. We have to work the next day. So if we did a special live, or we don't do it that following Tuesday, instead we do it Saturday, then we can do it. We can do a live show for an hour, and then do the investigation to do the phone. Just throwing it out there. Just put it out there.
Sounds interesting.
And then don't forget the end of September. Oh, I'm sorry, no. Probably mid-August. We're going to be doing a live show with Dale from Greylock. And that's when we're going to probably announce some tickets.
Yeah. So keep your eyes and ears open for that one.
Yeah.
It's my favorite time of year.
Because it's fall. Just saying. So yes, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Keep your eyes open. Again, thank you for joining us tonight.
Have a good night.
Please follow the page, share it with a friend, and hopefully Kim gets back to us about maybe getting back into that library.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We appreciate it. Yeah. So thank you guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week for the
Buffalo Midway.
Somebody Tammy just wrote. Still want to do a small. Oh, are you talking about she said do a half-hour live on Tuesday? Oh, I think she's talking about if we do a special live podcast from the theater.
I'll do a small little bit.
And then still that Tuesday, do a little one where we just talk about how. So
Yeah.
we have that option.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be, might as well do both.
Tammy's got the good ideas.
That's why we're going to keep her around. So. All right, we'll see you guys next week for Buffalo Hillyard.
Yeah.
Peace out. Thank you.